A very good afternoon, good morning, good evening from wherever you're joining us. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and also the spokesman for Chief Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Igboho. Today is the 1st of July 2021. The time from the southwest of Nigeria, it's exactly 13 minutes past 10 a.m. I would now like to give a little bit more update on the situation that has been taking place at just about 1:30 a.m. today, when the Nigerian military and also information that we've now been able to get involve some kind of other assailant people that was brought into the compound that are not Nigerians. They were speaking French language from the information that we are now updating. These individuals, military, and the people that came down to Chief Sunday Igboho's house were more than 100 in total. First and foremost, whatever information we're giving now is also in regard to more update from what we have been discussing in the last 3 hours. I can now officially confirm that 2 people were killed right inside Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho's house today in the early hours of this morning. Once again, the Nigerian army and the other military that you might want to call organized came with them as well. 2 people were killed inside Chief Sunday Igboho's house these early hours of this morning. I can also confirm officially that the dead body has been taken away by the military that invaded, wanted to assassinate, wanted to kill Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho at the early hours of this morning. The whole incident started just before 1:30 a.m. Again, I can confirm officially from latest update that those that came are not just Nigerian military. They were not speaking the normal language that we speak in Nigeria. They were also speaking French language as well. I repeat, those that invaded Chief Sunday Igboho's house were not just speaking our local language that we all know, whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. These individuals were speaking, and the voices of the sound coming out is not the Nigerian language that we know. So I can now confirm officially that there were also expatriates or those that were employed to come along with the Nigerian military to invade. They wanted to assassinate Chief Sunday Igboho. I can confirm that the target for that particular invasion at the early hours of this morning was pointing finger right into Chief Sunday Igboho himself. We will continue to give more update on that. I can also confirm officially today, 1st of July 2021, that 10 innocent people that live inside Chief Sunday Igboho's house, 10 innocent Yorubas that live inside Chief Sunday Igboho's house today, the 1st of July 2021, right in his residence in Soka, have now been taken away from that residence, and I can confirm they are making their way now, taking them to Abuja by the DSS and also the military. Let me say this again clearly. This is the latest update that we are giving out. The 10 innocent Yorubas that were living inside Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho's house are now making their way to Abuja as I speak to you right now. They are being mobilized, taken to Abuja. Where in Abuja, we cannot confirm that yet, but we are also 10 people that were removed inside that house are now making their way to Abuja as I speak to you right now. Once again, this is the latest update coming right from myself as the spokesman for Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho, which I can also confirm is safe, but I won't go into too much details, with that. I can also confirm that those that came inside the house were not just wanted to kill Chief Sunday Igboho, there were also armed robbers. Every materials found inside his house have now been moved as well. When I talk about the materials, I'm not talking about the vehicle that you saw that has been damaged. I am talking about, money was moved out of the house. Jewelries were stolen out of the premises as well. We are not talking about 10, 20 jewelries. We are talking about multiple jewelries belonging to Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho were also taken away from this invasion. So it's not just about somebody coming into your house to kill you. It is also that wanted to steal along the line as well. I mean, if they were coming in as armed robbers, we would have said these are armed robbers. They wanted to kill Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho. That was the aim target. He was the main target across the whole scenario that took place at the early hours of this morning. I can confirm authoritatively from the latest update that they are not just Nigerian soldiers, they were also expatriates that were involved as well. And they were speaking the French language from the information that has reached my hand in the last 20 minutes as well. I can also confirm that the whole property have now been damaged completely from the bottom to the inside, from outside, the exterior, the interior. Everything has now been completely damaged. We have all these as well. We're gathering all the evidence as we continue to update you, as we come online as well. Also, I can confirm that the press statement that has also been released by Professor Banji Akintoye, I'm going to be reading that out for the benefit of those of us that have not heard about it as well. Once again, this is the latest update that 2 people that were killed right inside the premises have now been taken away as well. I won't show, we've seen the image earlier on that we started the broadcast, those that were following us. But this is the trail of blood that you can all see there in the broadcast this morning. These are the trails of blood. So those of us that have been able to visit Chief Sunday Igboho's house, you will know that when you get into the house, he has what they call, a guest confinement. It's not just the guest. Every part of the house was ransacked. Every part of the house has got bullet hole. Every part of the house had a lot of collateral damage. It is not just the vehicle. We are now talking about 2 innocent Yorubas were killed right inside Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho's house at the early hours of this morning, and we can only pray for the souls of these 2 individuals. The body of those that were killed have also been moved by the military that invaded the house as well. This was a planned attack. We know that. We have the highway, which is the one leading, was blocked in between, and if you were traveling this morning, you would have traffic, but those traffic were stopped while the operation was being carried out right inside Chief Sunday Adeyemo Igboho's house at the early hours of this morning. So that is about that for now. Also, information reaching me also indicate that they were not all putting on the normal face mask or the camouflage to cover themselves. They also have their faces open. So this means that these are people that are assassinating, that came down to assassinate somebody. I mean, yes, some of them have the face cover on, which we have, the evidence to that. We are keeping those evidence that we'll be tendering later on, to the international bodies, at the right time for now. But let's quickly read once again. My name is Olayomi Koiki, and so many information out there, but whatever you're listening to from this side is exactly what took place and how it all started and how it has continued to, continuation of it as well. This is the update, and let me just quickly read that out there, for those of you that are with us this morning. This press statement was released just an hour ago, from the leader of Ilana Oòduà, Professor Banji Akintoye. Press statement: Yoruba Nation, element of Nigerian army, accompanied by international terrorists hired by the Nigerian state, attacked Sunday Igboho's resident Akintoye. says the assailant speak French. Again, these individuals that came to the house were not just speaking the Yoruba or speaking the the other languages that we have in Nigeria, but they were speaking fluent French. And why? Before I continue with that, they were asking to know exactly where Chief Sunday Igboho was in the house, and they were ransacking everywhere. And I'm sure some of you must have seen those images as well. The assailant speak French. According to this press statement, even though I have said 2, but they said 7 occupants were killed. We know we have injuries as well. Also, I can confirm that one of the wife of Chief Sunday Igboho was also whisked out of the premises as well. We are holding Buhari responsible, according to the statement. Describe the attack as cruel, irresponsible, callous declaration of war against the Yoruba people. Calls for mass protest. This is a statement coming out from Professor Banji Akintoye to all the Yorubas at home and outside the country, that we should now go out for a mass protest in front of the King Palaces in the Yoruba land, in front of the United Nations, in front of the U.S. Embassy across the world, in front of the British Parliament, across French and the European Union and African Union offices. We are expecting you now to make your way and start going out for a protest to what has taken place right in Ibadan at the residence of Chief Sunday Igboho today. He also says Yoruba Nation's rally will hold on Saturday, July 3rd as scheduled. Again, according to Professor Banji Akintoye, the Saturday, July 3rd rally will go ahead as planned. The leader of the umbrella body of Yoruba self-determination groups, Ilana Omo Oodua, the emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye, has reacted to the invasion of the Ibadan, Oyo State residence of Yoruba Nation agitator Chief Sunday Igboho at the early hours of this morning. In a statement personally signed by him and made available to newsmen by his communications manager, Mr. Maxwell Adeleye, Akintoye, a renowned historian, alleged that the attack was carried out by the element of Nigerian army who were accompanying, I repeat that again, who were accompanied by international terrorists hired by the Nigerian state. He has also alleged that the assailants were all dressed in military uniform and spoke French language fluently. I repeat that again. Those that came down to the house were, dressed in military uniform and spoke French fluently. He further said that the gunmen killed, people in the building and also whisked away Igboho's wife and several others that I can also confirm now that those that were taken out of the house are now being on their way to Abuja, as we have that information that has reached us as well. This is an emergency response to an emergency matter by Ilana Omo Oodua around 1 a.m. today, Thursday, 1st of July, 2021. The Ibadan Oyo State resident want to say to the whole world that the attack was carried out by the element of Nigerian army who were accompanied by international terrorists hired by the Nigerian state. The assailant, like I said, spoke French language fluently. People were killed, and their corpses have been taken away. Those that were killed, the Yoruba that were killed in that house, were people that I know very well. People that you might probably have seen sometime, during some of the, those of you that engage or visit the house. I can tell you 2 Yoruba people have now been killed right inside that premises, and so many injuries as well that we are still monitoring, those that are in the injury and those that have been kept in the hospital and taken as I speak to you as well. Once again, Yoruba people were killed at the early hours of this morning right inside Chief Sunday Igboho's house. Also, this statement continues to say, let it without any fear or intimidation that Muhammadu Buhari administration was responsible for the war that has just been declared against the peace-loving people of Yoruba land. This statement is coming from our father, Professor Banji Akintoye. I'm going to read that again. Let me state without any fear, Professor Banji Akintoye is saying, or intimidation, that Muhammadu Buhari-led administration was responsible for the war that has just been declared against the peace-loving people of Yoruba land. So that means officially we have now been saying for a very long time the federal government have declared war on the Yoruba people as of today, the 1st of July 2021. Also, as I continue to read the statement out, we have been peaceful from the inception of this struggle. We have adhered to with both the Nigerian and the international laws guiding the agitation for self-determination. All our agitations have been peaceful, orderly, and lawful executed. We have commended the officers of the Nigerian police many times for being professional in their modus of operations in relating to our protests and rallies for self-determination in the Yoruba cities. Therefore, I say, according to Professor Banji Akintoye that released this statement an hour ago, therefore, I say on behalf of the Yoruba people that the attack on Chief Sunday Igboho's house was unnecessary, unfortunate, wicked, callous, cruel, irresponsible, illegal, and also the atrocious as well. We are holding Muhammadu Buhari-led administration for this barbaric attack on Chief Sunday Igboho's residence and the killing of those within the house, and so many injury, so many bullet wounds as well, and so many people that we are still monitoring in terms of the attack that took place at the early hours of this morning. Also, I call, and I quote, this is a declaration of war against the peace-loving people of the Yoruba. I call on our people across at home and in the diaspora to immediately begin mass protest in front of palaces in Yoruba land and the opposite the office of United Nations, European Union, British, French, and United States government. We want to confirm that the pro-Yoruba Nation rally scheduled to hold on Saturday, July 3rd in Lagos will proceed as also we have been saying. That is the statement from our father, Professor Banji Akintoye. So you don't need to take any other order. You don't need to take any other information. If you're in UK right now, you should be making your way to the Parliament Square. You should be making your way to right in front of number 10 Downing Street. If you are in America, this is not about calling the show anymore. This is not about putting comment out. You need to get out now and start making your way to the front building of United Nations and demand that Nigerian government have just declared a war on the Yoruba people as well. If you are in if you're in France, in Paris, you need to be going out there in front of the building. You need to come out in Germany, in Italy, across the world. That is the word of Professor Banji Akintoye, not my word. He has been the leader. I am just taking the statement and reading it out to so many of you out there, Yorubas across the world as well. Once again, my name is Olayomi Koiki, and this will be the end of the broadcast. We'll be coming back more for latest update as we continue to update you on the latest situation that have just taken place in the heartland of Yoruba land, not just Yoruba land, in one of our main man known as Chief Sunday Igboho, where we have lost souls. We pray for those that have died. We pray for those that are, from the bullet wound that has also been attacked. There's so many injuries. We can't give you all those details at the moment, but we'll be updating you in due course. So make sure you stay tuned to so many of our platforms as well. Please do not listen to any mainstream media that would distort that information. Whatever we are saying, we have every evidence, and not just you seeing it from some of those media that started posting the pictures of the house damage out. It's not that the building were damaged. People were killed right inside the house as well. Have a very good morning, and bye for now. iṣẹ́ wa orílẹ̀-èdè wa kàgbéga 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 fàlẹ́rí ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé láti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ kájọlá ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní ẹ jẹ́ ká máa lépa tẹ̀síwájú fọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára ọmọ òǹdàbígbé bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ